Hi there traders, and welcome to another weekly outlook. My name is Gary Fichardt. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the technical analysis, because if you look at the calendar, we've got some CPI data coming out this week, but not a whole bunch. We did have non-farm payroll come out last week. We'll look at those numbers as well and how the market reacted accordingly. But I think the big focus this week would be focusing on technical analysis. And so we're going to simplify it by looking at channels, identify where we are within the channel, and then make decisions whether we're going to buy or sell in that channel. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the market right after this. Alrighty, traders. Well, welcome back. And as you can see, this is a different setup that I have normally. Normally, I'm right in your face, right in front of the screen, or at least the camera. But right now, I'm taking it a little further back, set up a little further back, and I'm going to be addressing the markets today. And I got a much easier flow with actually going through the different setups when I go ahead and work on the computer itself rather than on the touch screen right here. So with that being said, traders, we said we're going to go ahead and take a look at the data first, so the news, and see how the news reacted, and then of course take a look at the markets and see how the markets reacted according to the news. All right, so without further ado, let's jump into the actual data. So last week, as I mentioned, we had the non-farm payroll, and non-farm payroll came out with numbers that were slightly down. The biggest number that I was focused on is the actual average earnings. The average earnings came out at 0.1%, which is lower than they were anticipating. And we also had a slight uptick on the previous month's average earnings. That was at 0.2%, but then it came out at 0.3%. So a little bit of positive there, but a little bit negative out this month as well. What I was quite shocked about is the actual job change. Employment change came out at 145K. They were expecting 142. And knowing that this is December data, I expected a little bit more of a positive uptick on the actual employment change. That wasn't the case. We saw some downside numbers. Plus, of course, the revised numbers from the previous month also came out much lower as well. So not a good number for the employment change. But I guess most of the move that we may have got out of the market may have come from the average earnings. Now, the employment rate, as you can see right here, the employment rate stayed the same at 3.5%. So no change to the employment rate. Pretty solid on the employment rate right here, and that's something that do want to see start reducing or coming down a little bit. Now, that was the we'll take a look and see how the markets reacted accordingly. But I think we had a nice little move last week based on the fact that Trump said, "Yep, we're going to stand aside from Iran." And just just take a stand, a back stand right now regarding taking any action against Iran. But we're going to go ahead and take a look and see how the markets reacted, because a lot of the commodity currency pairs actually moved pretty good last week. All right, we had some good movement, and we're actually seeing it this week continuing, especially the JPY crosses. We'll take a look and see how that's set up this week as well. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this week's data. This week's data, as you can see right here, we have the Canadian news coming out. Some small data coming out in the beginning. We got some CPI, but this is monthly CPI. I think the only real price mover would be right about here for the pound, and that's coming out on Wednesday. CPI, why is this important? Why is year-to-year CPI important? Well, the benchmark is 2%, and so if they're looking at a 2% benchmark and inflation does start rising, then this may give the UK an opportunity to possibly look at raising rates. Now, they're not going to raise rates if it's below the 2% mark, but they're definitely keeping their eye open, making sure that if things start escalating, if inflation starts moving higher, this is giving them the opportunity to say, okay, well, now we can go ahead and step in and follow like all other central banks that have gone ahead and started raising rates. So that's something you look out for as well. If we do see inflation increase, then this could be a sign that we could start seeing a possible upside move on interest rates. And if that's going to be the case, that's normally a bullish sign on that particular currency pair. So that's why it's important. If we look at the other data coming out right here, we've got the ECB monetary policy meeting accounts. That's not really a big deal for me. We do have some core retail sales, also monthly data. We have the ECB president that speaks as well. That's at 1:30 on Thursday. I'm not too excited about the data on Thursday, but late evening at 9 o'clock, we have the Chinese GDP quarter yearly data coming out right here. And that is something that we may see some price movers in. So looks like we may see around about Thursday late evening some movement out of the JPYs. In fact, most of the Asian currency pairs. So that's the data. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the charts are telling us right now. And I'm going to move into that right about here. And there we go. All right, I'm going to go through most of the currency pairs pretty quickly and then go ahead and make a decision as to what we're going to go ahead and do on these pairs. I'm going to start with the Aussie CAD. And Aussie CAD, this has been something we've been chatting about for a while. We did say that market's coming back to retest this backside of this trend line. I would be looking for price to maybe pull back off that and then come back and retest, specifically after we've gone ahead and hit this level right here. Now, we did mention that traders may go ahead and start taking profit. Some of you may be in some trades already long. I am particularly in the Aussie CAD long. And I do see resistance right here, but I know that price is going to move down and then come back up again. It's going to test this support that we just recently broke out of. You can see there was a bit of a range here, and price broke below that, and now it's come back inside, which means we could get another retest right here, and new buying opportunity would come back around about here. Now, if you're in the money and the market's pretty close to your profit target, you may want to go ahead and start capturing, taking profit, wait for price to move back down again, and then start looking to buy in again. That's something that I may consider myself if the opportunity presents itself. And then we'll expect the market to go ahead and rally back up again to around about this level, which is just shy of about 0.9160. Let's take a look and see exactly where that's at. If we pull up the actual, let's go do this. And there it is, 191.44. So 0.9144 is the upside target for the Aussie CAD. Let's move to the Aussie Swiss. Aussie Swiss is also inside consolidation right here. Buying opportunity down here for us to go ahead and look for price to move back up again. So we're holding inside this channel. We're going to say it's sideways, looking for price to move up to this level of resistance. I think in my learning and trading room, we did speak about price being sideways, both Aussie CAD and Aussie Swiss, and we said we're going to be buying support, looking to trade it back up again. Some of them on the 1 hour, some on the 15-minute time frame, but we're definitely going to be looking for price to move up higher. We'll talk about that again in the learning trading room this week as well. In the Aussie JPY, this is one of the pairs that have been moving over the last 24 hours. Here you can see we've come off the support level right here, as price went ahead and actually retested a support level down here. So we almost got down to that support. Price came back up really nicely. This is where we started seeing some real nice movement based on the fact that the World War III, call it, is not going to take place or did not take place last week. All right. So with that being the case, I guess a lot of traders are saying, woo, I'm so excited about this, that we're now seeing World War III off the table for right now between Iran and, of course, the US. But if you take a look, Iran and the US. But as we take a look at, I don't know why I struggle. I always say Iran. I don't know why I'm saying Iran, but it's Iran. Iran and the US have definitely had some difficulties trying to resolve certain things. And fights off the table right now. But if you look at the technicals definitely have given a lot of the Asian pairs, specifically the Aussie, that's been moving really nicely bullish based on, and it's all round commodity pairs, right? And it's also because of Iran. Iran has got, there I go with Iran again. Iran has got, obviously oil that becomes an issue, and anytime there's war between the US and Iran, then, did I say it again, Iran? Am I going to change that? Am I going to stop saying that? All right. Come on, Iran. All right. So, yeah, if Iran and the US if they sort out the issues, we may see some subsiding and recovery in the Aussie rally that we've seen. But at the moment right now, while that's still on the table, we can just continue to see that move to the upside. Okay. So this is the deal on the Aussie JPY. And honestly speaking, we did say we're going to buy at the support level right here. We're looking to buy there and rally up to this top of the channel. All right, there's two channels we have right here. We have an inside channel right here, which we could see price also holding up around about 77. All right, let's take a look and make double sure. Yeah, as it gets up right here around about 77 or 77.20, we could see a bit of resistance right about there before price moves down. But we're looking for price to eventually move up to around about 79.04. So if this continues between Iran, all right, not Iran. Oh my God, it is a Monday morning, man. I am struggling this morning, but I tell you something, I'm having some fun too. So if we can see this continual battle between Iran and the US, then we may continue to see the Aussie push higher, create new highs for us as well. So it's good to see what we're seeing right now, because we did say buying on Aussie JPY is the way to go, and it's certainly showing in the charts as well. And traders are taking profit on this trade. So we'll continue to buy on Aussie JPY. And remember, traders, we will get these little dips back and forth and so on, and we're okay with that, right? We're okay with the market dipping back and rallying back off, on its way again. But we want to make sure that we do pay attention to the dips on the rallies, all right? So as the market dips, we'll rebuy again on the dips. All right, so here we got Aussie New Zealand dollar. Not a lot happening over here, except for the fact that, yes, we are at a support level. So we're thinking that traders will be looking for opportunity to buy again on Aussie New Zealand dollar. I believe I mentioned that as well. Yep, Aussie New Zealand dollar sideways, buy at support. So you can see right here, all the Aussie crosses we actually mentioned in our trading rooms to start looking to buy. Look for opportunity. Now, traders, very importantly, you got to understand that when I say buy, it doesn't necessarily mean just buy right now. It means use your technical analysis, use systems that you have, whatever it takes to be able to identify a trading opportunity to buy. So when I say buy of support, what I'm really saying is traders should be in a position where they want to go ahead and start thinking about buying opportunity. And if the signals are all lining up based on the system, the strategy that they're following, then absolutely go ahead and start looking to only buy or only sell. In this case now, all the Aussies, we're just saying only buy Aussie. I mean, buy Aussie. It looks like it's the way to go. Buy Aussie. All right. Okay, so let's go take a look and see what else we've got going here. That's Aussie New Zealand dollar, Aussie US dollar, same thing. Let's see over here. Now, I did see something differently plotted on my, I think I need to update it though. Let's see. Oh, okay. So if we go to the document here, Aussie US dollar, bullish channel, we said resistance there, gearing down. All right, so this is what we decided. We decided to sell towards the support level. Now, we're at this point. This was the last update that we had. We said at this resistance, we were going to sell it down to support. Now, we're not quite down to support, but we do see this big U-turn right here. I won't classify this as a morning star. All right, so this is not classified as a morning star. I don't believe we got 60% of the U-turn right here, but we are going to consider that maybe it's time to get out of all of our sells and start thinking about buying long again. All right, so in this bullish channel, we did come back a little shy of the support level here. So traders can look to start buying long or wait for it to get to the support level before going ahead and buying. That's a decision traders would need to make. All right, so let's go to the CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss stuck inside consolidation. I wouldn't do anything with CAD Swiss at the moment right now. Let's go to CAD JPY. CAD JPY is heading closer and closer to resistance. I would continue to buy CAD JPY until we get to around about 84.80, and then 84.80 we can start thinking about selling. But as of right now, stay long with the Canadian JPY. And like I said, all JPY crosses are actually doing pretty good. In fact, I'm going to go to the CAD JPY on the Swiss CAD JPY right here, and you'll probably see the same thing happening here as well. Yep, check at that. This has been one real big move in today's trading. See how price had gone ahead and rallied solid to the upside right here. Now, question here is, we're also inside a large consolidation. As you can see right here, we do have large consolidation right here. And therefore, if we're looking for price to go ahead and work its way back up, then we would be buying on the dips within the channel. So here was a nice buying opportunity right here. And so as we go ahead and revisit this again, as price gets to resistance, we'll stand aside, but we'll look for price to come back down to retest the bottom section of the channel before we're looking to continue buying on the ride. So if we look over here, we are heading towards resistance right about here, which means that traders need to start thinking about standing aside, right? Or, well, when I say stand aside, meaning that don't start looking to get in on a trade now. Now the market's getting to a point where it's going to be dying out, and this is where the whiplash type of movement could occur right at the top at resistance. And so as things start, as buyers start taking profit, getting out of the market, releasing positions, starting scaling out of their positions, all right, it's not a good time for traders who want to get in right now, unless of course you're really trading on a scalping strategy and you're picking up just 15, 20 pips at a time and just staying out of the long-term moves, all right, and that would be fine. So here's where we're at right now. If I look at my fibs going up, this is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we had a dip past that. Yep, we should be hitting resistance. So price could go up maybe another 75 pips to the upside right here to meet up with about 114, and then at 114 we could see price, well, coming well back down again. All right, so and to be honest with you, the way I look at this, traders, is I look at this and say to myself that, hey, you know what, if the price has moved that far and I didn't get in from the beginning, then I'm pretty much going to go ahead and stand aside and wait for another opportunity, because there's other currency pairs that have been sitting up much better than this one right here. Why jump into something that's going to offer you a 75 pip opportunity where you can get in on something really fresh and new that can offer you 400, 500 pip opportunity? All right, and those are the type of things you want to get into, because if you're going to be getting in and out of the market based on the dips and rallies that you're seeing in the trend, you can make a lot more pips than just 100 or 200 pips, or even the 500 pips that the market's offering. You could make 1,000, 1,500 pips by just buying on the dips, going long, getting out and waiting for the dip again, buying on the dips again. So getting at a very cheap price and then selling off at a very higher price for profit. So that's probably what you want to go ahead and do. So stand away from these type of setups where the opportunity is not quite there for us, and we may want to go ahead and think about taking a profit and then just getting the heck out of Dodge. All right, and if it's right here at the top, then just see this as a low probability trade right here. You want to look for the highest probability, and that's where prices move lower and come off the bottom of a upward channel. All right, I'm going to move to the Euro. This is Euro Aussie. Clearly, traders, we did see some stronger move in Aussie, which has pushed the Euro down. But also at the same time, if you actually look at this right here, we did hit the resistance on this downward trend line, right? It had consolidation right here. There's a lot of reasons why price would want to push down further. And if that's the case, then we should be looking for price to move back down to this level, which is right down here, just above 159.60. So could price go ahead and bounce back up again to hit south? Absolutely. There would be new opportunities to go ahead and sell as price comes back to retest this downward trend line. So I would say our mindset, our directional bias on Euro Aussie would absolutely be bearish. Let's go to Euro CAD. Euro CAD has given us also consolidation right here. But I'll be honest with you, traders, it's a little bit in the middle of the road right here. I think I did say in the trading room that if traders want to go ahead and look to take this channel here and move this up a little bit right here, they could see that there is support here, so you could go ahead and buy it to the upside. The profit potential on this is around about 218 pips. So moving down to a lower time frame and buying off that may just be an opportunity for you. In fact, let me go ahead and take a look and see what we put here. So we said there was a bearish channel. We said stand aside. So we did actually say stand aside on this. But I think on the side, I just say, hey, you know what? If you do want to go down to a lower time frame, you could do that just because of this range that we could possibly be in right here. There's enough profit to the upside. And let me see here if I move this to, let me go to a low time frame. I'm going to go to a 15-minute here. Well, there we go. This is a 15-minute time frame right here. So if I look at this as a 15-minute time frame, then I would think that, all right, so there was an opportunity here. Using my Wave Rider system, there would be an opportunity to buy in long. Then the market moved inside consolidation and then broke out again. So there is opportunity. All right, there's definitely opportunity on using a lower time frame. Let me go ahead and move to 1 hour. And here would be the opportunity on the 1 hour. Trade entry point was right about here at 45.17. So entry point was around about 45.17, right about here. Actually, my bad. Actually, the closing price was 45.30. So that's not far off where it's trading right now. So 45.30 would be the entry price. And then your stop loss, well, stop loss on the 1 hour would give you about, let's see, a place below the lows. You're looking at about a 45 pip stop loss. So 45 pip stop loss, you're looking about you want to look for a chase of about 135 pips as a minimum. So 135 pips could bring us up all the way up here. Let's see if we can chase after this weekly target. Oh, that's 84. So the 84, that's sorry, this is the monthly target right here. This is a monthly pivot point right here. So that's going to offer you about an 83 pip opportunity with a 45 pip stop. So that's a risk reward of close to a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, which is not bad. 1 to 2 risk reward ratio is not bad as a swing trader. I would rather prefer to pick those opportunities that give you a 1 to 3. But if that's going to be the case, I don't think this is going to offer it before we hit this resistance right here, because price is going to move a little lower there. And if you're going to wait for it to break through that, then yes, maybe we could get that 1 to 3 risk reward ratio on this. So yeah, that was the trade on this. Looks like we may have had a trade here. Yeah, there was a trade there, but that would have been popped. Yeah, you would have been stopped out in here. This was another entry point right here. Stop loss is down here, but price did come back down and take us out of that level. And then here would be the next trade opportunity right about here with stop losses down here. Then the next opportunity would be in a trade here with the stop losses down here. So it has been given some opportunity. That stop loss would have kept you in the market, and this stop loss is keeping you in the market right now as well. So these opportunities right here, you're going to decide which one you're going to be trading and what type of trader you are. Are you an intraday trader, short-term trader, long-term trader? You need to make those decisions. All right, this is the Euro CAD. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Euro Swiss franc. And I'm going to move it back to the daily chart right here. And I would say stand aside on the Euro Swiss franc. I believe we said that as well. Euro Swiss franc. We said we're in the bearish channel, but we did say stand aside. So rightfully so. Stand aside on this. We're not really getting good directional bias. Stand aside on the Euro Swiss franc. You know what, traders, at the time, I think we're trading right here at the top. And so now that we've broken through, and take a look here. Actually, you know what, traders, I'm going to say that we could be buying towards resistance. We could absolutely be buying towards resistance. This may be, all right, I'm going to change this up a little bit. I'm going to actually say right here that we could take a look at possibly buying at support here. All right, I would say go ahead and use a gear down trading strategy on this approach. I'm going to drop this down to 75 so I can get some more data in. Yep. All right, so there it is there. Yes, just buy support. Go ahead and use whatever strategy you want to use. I'm going to go with the wave rider right here and possibly go ahead and use a 1 hour time frame. That'll be pending. Now the reason why it'll be pending, and let me go ahead and also add a date here. What is today's date? Today is the 13th. So 1 stroke 13 stroke 2020. All right, there it is there. Let's add in some information here too. And I'm going to say that we said yeah, price has just broken below the short-term trend line channel, waiting for a new channel. So I'm going to go ahead and say this. This is the one right here. I'm going to say price is trading at the support level of a down channel. All right, down channel, which means opportunity. All right, which means opportunity. So what we'll do is we'll look to buy. Now, if I go to a 1 hour time frame right here using my system, you can see that. Oh, that's not the one. That's the daily. Sorry, here's the 1 hour. You can see right here that we don't have a signal yet. All right. I'm now looking for an opportunity. I don't have a signal yet. I'll be waiting for price to break above my channels, specifically the red channel right here. We'll call it the wave channel. If I can break above the wave channel, there may be an opportunity for us to go ahead and buy long, but I want to keep my stop loss at the safest place. So using a 1 hour time frame may give us a better opportunity to place a stop at a safe level. But I think we could be seeing price work his way back up to the top of the channel right here. We may want to look to get in on this and get it good, especially after this indecision. You see, when you see this big long wick to the downside right here at support, just like we had something right here, then traders should be thinking that we could see price moving back up north again. Now, I would use a system to confirm my entries by confirming the indicators are all lagging. I get that, but making sure that they are giving us the opportunity that we need. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and take a look and see the next currency pair, which is going to be the, let's see here, Euro. Let me see what a pair it is. I'm on the Euro, Swiss franc. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Euro, Swiss franc, and then Euro pound. Yeah, let's take a look at Euro pound. So Euro pound hit bottom down here at the bottom right here. We started to see, we saw a little bit of consolidation after it created this first wave move going up here. And now we're starting to see a break. We actually had a gap over the weekend, and price started to push back up. So we'll see price moving up over here to around about 87.87. And I believe we were looking for an opportunity on this as well. Let's see here. Euro, yeah, there it is there. We're looking at Euro, pound, set sideways, buy off support. Yep, so we're definitely looking to buy off support once it hit the support level. Trader's going to get in on this and deploy north. And if we look at the 1 hour time frame, we really got some good signals out here. Look how it's gone ahead and broken north. So traders could use a whole different type, a whole bunch of different types of ways to trade the market, and certainly look for. Let's see here. Certainly for price to want to come back to retest this level too. So as price breaks out, which it did, this was like it's a bearish channel, but it is slightly sideways too, right here. And so as price breaks out right here, we'll be looking for price to come back to retest it. Now, I know that there's traders out there that are trading targets, which is these pivot points right here. And we did move away from this pivot point, got the RSI in an overbought condition. So I'm almost certain that there's going to be traders looking to trade it back down again, looking for this correction move. Now, if I look over here, this could be setting up in some sort of like sequence of waves. Let's take a look here. And I'm going to compress my charts a little bit. And okay, so if I look over here, this would be my wave 1. Let me go ahead and pull up. Let's do this. You know what I'm going to do? Let's do this. Alright, so let's pull this one up right here and go wave 1, 2, I'm going to go 3 up here. This was 4. So we're looking for price to move to wave 5. So where is 5 going to be seen? If I look at this and I put some fibs on here, I'm looking for price to move up to around about here. So when we get to this point, this may be a hot spot right here for price to start working its way back down to this pivot point right here. So we could go ahead and continue to see this rally, and as price moves, if price does not come back down here, then we can look for price to go up to around about 86.68, and then start selling off at that point, and then start looking for price to hit back down towards this backside of this trend line. So stay bullish on euro pound. Buy on the little dip that the market offers you. We do have an overbought condition, so there could be a retest of this downward trend line. If we do get down here, then any traders are holding on some shorts, looking for these targets down here. I would personally take my profit and then look to re-enter again. Don't have to worry about an extra 20 pips on this trade. Rather go ahead and look to re-enter again as price moves up a little higher. Alright, so this is where we are with the pound. This is the euro pound. And actually on that subject, I think we've seen a lot of pound bullish moves, or at least expecting some pound bullish moves. We'll get into those pairs in a moment. JPY, Euro JPY. Euro JPY also setting up pretty solid for us. If you look over here, big rally in the last 24 hours, big rally. Price is getting to resistance right here. We're still looking for price to move up a little higher. In fact, we said we were targeting around about 124.50. So we're looking for price to move up a little further higher. We're still bullish on on Euro JPY, and we'll continue to be bullish on Euro JPY. But like I said, around about I see a resistance there at 123.73, and then about 124.50. So in that region of 123.73 and 124.50, we could definitely continue to see upside rallies to those levels. All right, so be a buyer in the market on that. And if I look over here, yep, there we go. JPY, we said bullish channel, buy support, gearing up. So we've really got a good sense of direction. We've picked it up really well over the last couple of weeks, and we've been monitoring these upside moves. So great opportunities that we've identified in our trading rooms. Here we have Euro New Zealand dollar. I'm going to go ahead and say stand aside on Euro New Zealand dollar. Slightly sideways. What do we acknowledge here? We say bullish channel, buy support. Correct. Okay, we're looking for scalping. Gearing down scalping approach on the 15-minute time frame. We didn't get an entry point on that, but we said we could go ahead and scalp it bullish. And that was last week. Price did move up, and we probably would have gone and stopped over here because we're expecting price to move down. So yeah, I would stand aside on Euro New Zealand dollar. If anything, maybe selling. Were we looking to sell it? Let's see. No, no. Yeah, if anything, a change this week would be more selling than buying, just because we had that resistance there. So I would be thinking sell instead of buying if you're going to go ahead and do some scalping. Euro US dollar. Let's take a look at this. And I believe this pair is going to head north. And we start to see a little bit of a U-turn. In fact, by today's close, we should have a nice confirmed morning star. So I'm going to say that we could be bullish on this particular pair and bullish towards the upward channel, which is all the way up here around about 12, so 1.1250. All right, and we could even go higher than that. So stay bullish on this particular pair for the rest of the week. We should continue with that. Let's go ahead and take a look at euro. This is, sorry, not euro, but this is pound. Pound, Aussie dollar. Pound, Aussie dollar, stronger Aussie, pushing pound down. So even though pound may be strengthened a little bit, we are seeing a strong Aussie pushing pound down south. And so this is what we're getting. We're getting a possible break of this channel. Let's see here. Or maybe a test of the channel, actually. More of a test of the channel. We could be looking to buy long. Maybe the Aussie has come to its end, right? And we're going to be seeing a little bit stronger US dollar. And granted, traders, that we can see strong dollar, all right, sorry, my bad, strong pound starting to take effect. And even though we still have a strong Aussie, we may have a stronger pound over the next couple of days as you start seeing market move up north. Now, this may line up, I'm just going to throw it out there, but this may line up with our yearly CPI that we saw early on. Is this number going to come out a little bit more positive? And if it does, then this could drive pound Aussie back up north based on the fact that they may be starting to think rate hikes. And that could line up with our technical analysis right here. So that's something to consider, that, yeah, we may have something, confirming that maybe pound is going to start pushing back north. Let's take a look at the other pound pair. This is pound Canadian. So pound Canadian isn't quite, it looks like it's broken through this channel right here. It's not time to start thinking selling. Definitely don't have the signs to say, hey, it's time to go ahead and sell right now. Not at all. In fact, I would be more likely to go ahead and want to put a trend line going down right here. And if we do break above this downward trend line and above this channel, then I'm going to be buying it back again. So the signs are not there for me to go ahead and start selling. All right, because this could be a false breakout right here. And we certainly don't want to get in on the false breakout. So right now, stand aside on pound CAD. If we were looking to buy on pound CAD last week, I'm certainly going to change that. There it is there. So there we say pound CAD. We said buy support. This absolutely will be adjusted. We'll be looking now to actually stand aside on this one right here, just because it's now traded below here. And if we did pick up a buy and we lost on that buy, it's definitely time to stand aside. All right, stand aside. Let's wait for the signs. Pound JPY. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, we're covering a lot of pairs out today, aren't we? All right, pound JPY. Pound JPY. Let's see here. Wow, it's not the best looking setup that I've seen. No siree. What's the channel here? Yeah, I cannot say that I'm too excited about this pair right here. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Pound JPY. Let's take a stand on this. I do see the support here, and I see a reason why we could possibly think about buying long, specifically if we're going to get some stronger pound coming to play over the next few days, and maybe the CPI is going to be the driving force here. So keep an eye on pound JPY. I'm not sure about it right now, but keep an eye on pound JPY. All right, possibly buys on pound JPY. Pound Swiss. Also taking out some lows right here. Definitely we were looking to be long on this, but I would say this is now also on the sideline. I wouldn't be looking to sell right now. I would be looking to stand aside, waiting for decisions to re-enter on this again. Let's go to pound New Zealand dollar. I think we've seen maybe the same across the board, right? Yeah. On this one right here, we could start thinking about looking to buy. Just because we hit support down here, we're looking for price to move back up to the top. So definitely buying. As long as we stay above this channel line right here, let's continue to buy. So this low right here at 1.9416, so 94.16 is the support level. If price trades below that, then maybe opt out. Yep, look for buying opportunity on this. Let's see if I got anything on the lower time frame. Here's the 1 hour. Yeah, we would have got some entry points about here. So yeah, I would say that if we do break back above these channel lines right here, I would probably be looking to re-enter and buy on this. Let's see if we did buy on this before, or if we are in on this. Yep, we said buy at support. Yep, and we got a price in here. Where's our stop loss? Stop loss is 95.43. Let's see what price is trading. 94.43. So, whoa, whew. Did we survive it? Oh my goodness, 95.44. It's right there, right there. So it's touch and go whether some traders survive that or are out of that trade. Either way, we're going to be waiting for price to move back up again before we re-enter or before we actually enter the trade. All right, so we're going to hold on a little bit longer than that, look for price to move back up again. And traders, you can also go ahead and just put a simple trend line down. Go ahead and mark off a trend line on this, and with a simple trend line going across, something like this, wait for price to break above, come back to retest, and then go ahead and rally. And if it's below, I like to use these channel lines right that I have on my chart. And if price is below it, then I'll maybe do a quick scalp to the upside. And if price is above that, then I'll go ahead and trend it more like a gear down approach. All right. Well, that is that on that. Let's see what else we've got going here. Pound US dollar. Let's see here. Pound US dollar at support. Definitely looking to buy at the support level right here. Now, that's not a good support level. Let me see here. That's the top of the resistance. Oh man, this would have been the bottom right here. So we are trading slightly above. I guess there's some reason to want to go ahead and buy. RSI moved into oversold. Price moving up a little bit right here. I can see why we look to buy on this one. I would say if we go ahead and buy on this, or go ahead and gear down on it, I would use a 1 hour time frame to gear down. We've got about actually it's about 80. That's not a lot of profit to the upside. Traders, you got 88 pips to the resistance here. Unless you're scalping it, I would stay inside. Not a lot of opportunity on this one right here. Not a lot of opportunity on this one at all. Let me see here on the daily. That was the 1 hour. Let me see the daily here. Yeah, and also, well, I guess you see we're at resistance right here. Price is definitely hitting resistance. We're getting a little bit of an indecision today. So yeah, price can actually move back up north. So maybe using the 1 hour time frame would be a possible better bet. And we should be expecting price to move through this downward trend line right here. So although there's only 80 pips before this downward trend line is met, we're expecting a breakout of that and actually going up higher towards the top of this large daily channel right here. So now it looks a little bit better as we go ahead and look for this. We're looking at about 700 pips to the upside. So that's a much better opportunity. But I think we're going to go ahead and start off with a 1 hour and trade the 1 hours going in that direction. All right. New Zealand CAD. New Zealand CAD is sideways. We're at the bottom of the wedge, or at least the consolidation right here. We're looking to trade it back up north. I would say buy on dips going long. Anytime the market drops south, go ahead and buy back long again. So we want to be, mid-term bullish on this, all the way up here to the top. And that was not what I was trying to do, but I was trying to do this, and let me see if I can do it now. Oh, there we go. We've got about 1,000 pips to the upside. So yeah, buying on dips going long, and stay bullish only on those. Yep, stay bullish only. And then the last couple of pairs right here. This is New Zealand Swiss. I would say buy on New Zealand Swiss. In fact, let's take a look here. If I don't have it, I'm going to change it. New Zealand Swiss. Yep, buy on support there. There we go. So buy on support. We've got a bullish channel here. Buy on support right here. Look for price to move back up north. Definitely. Let's go to New Zealand JPY. I would still be buying on support with the New Zealand JPY until we get to this resistance. So still continue to buy on support. All right, buy on support going long. Let's go take a look at New Zealand US dollar. Stand aside on the New Zealand US dollar. Let's see what I said here. Resistance. Okay, we saw that resistance there. So we were selling at resistance. I get it, but if you're looking to get in now would be stand aside. So unless you're selling and still continue to sell until we get to support, but if you at support, then we'll go ahead and look to buy. But if you're looking right now to look to trade this, then definitely stand aside. The opportunity is not there. All right, and then US dollar CAD. I would stand aside on US dollar CAD. And then US dollar JPY. We've got a little bit of room left before it hits resistance. So unless you're in a buy on US dollar JPY, my suggestion is stand aside. Wait for either a breakout or for the market to come back and retest the bottom of the channel. You can see we're wedged up here. And so we're expecting price to hit the top, hit the bottom, and then break out. So I would say that sell at the top. There's not a lot left in the upside channel right here. And I said this before in my learning trading room, that this is the expansion phase. Sorry, this is a contraction phase, and now we went into expansion phase right here. So we're expecting price to come up to the top here, and then selling pressure at the top here. And that looks like across the board, all the JPY crosses seem to be showing us some sort of opportunity where we can go ahead and actually look for price to retest, all right, retest that level of support, which is resistance in this case now. So all the details are in the actual technical analysis, and it's showing us here that we have a great opportunity to be able to actually wait for price to move up to resistance on all the JPYs across the board, right? All the JPYs are pushing the base pair bullish. So we've seen a bit of weakness out of the JPY that's allowing the base pair to go ahead and rally against it. And as we look at the markets, right, I haven't looked at the other pairs and I haven't identified the phases that we're in, but certainly here on the US dollar JPY, we certainly came out of a contraction phase and now in expansion phase, which means that when we hit resistance, we're now looking for price to move south and actually start trending down deeper, which means if I look at the chart here and I measure the distance from here to down here, we could look for about a 477 pip move on this. So that's solid, and that's something that we'd certainly want to pay attention to. But we're going to have to wait for it to hit resistance here before that starts taking place. All right. So we've got a lot of data. We've got a lot of information right here that's backed up what we've seen in the news. We're going to continue to follow the technical analysis. Any flash news that comes out, we'll readjust and assess our technical analysis. But overall, traders, we've got an absolutely awesome setup. All right, traders, well, you have a blessed week. Good luck with your trading. Remember, we do have the Forex weekly or daily sessions, all right, where we talk about trading targets every single morning at 9 o'clock. Make sure that you go ahead and check out for under my YouTube channel for the section where it says upcoming events. Make sure you go ahead and set your alerts or reminders. Set reminders so you don't forget about them. And also remember, if you subscribe to the channel and click the bell button, you will get notifications as soon as I go live, whether it's on email or on your phone. You'll get a notification to let you know that we have gone live. So a lot of great setups that we actually saw this morning. So you may want to go ahead and check out the video that I posted this morning. In fact, at the end of this video, I'll send the link and you'll be able to click onto the actual recommended video for today's session. Check it out. It's going to be real good. We've got some great trading opportunities. Traders, thank you very much for your time. Have an awesome day and an awesome week. And I'll see you next time. This is Epic Big Dog signing off.